Easter Sunday has passed. The stone was rolled away. The tomb stands empty. Christ is risen. And for a moment, everything felt different. Hope felt real. Joy felt possible. Heaven felt close. But now it's Monday, and the question quietly rises in the heart. Was that just a moment, or does it change everything? Welcome to the Catholic Journey. This is Deacon Pat, your host, where we walk together towards truth, purpose, and ultimately, heaven. And today we step into something the Church gives us, not as a ritual, but as a gift, the Octave of Easter. The word octave means 8 days, but in the life of the Church, it means we are being invited to remain, to not rush past something sacred, to not reduce mystery into a moment. The octave of Easter is the Church saying, stay here. Don't move on too quickly. Let this sink into your soul. For 8 days, the Church prays as if it is still Easter Sunday, because in a sense it is. Because the resurrection is not something that was, it is something that is. The resurrection of Jesus Christ cannot be contained in a single day. It breaks time. It reshapes reality. It changes what it means to be human. Death has been entered and undone. Sin has been faced and defeated. The grave has been opened from the inside. This is not just a past event. It is a present reality. And the Church inner wisdom says, if this is true, then we must live inside it. But we struggle to do that. We are people who move on quickly, even from the most sacred things. We experience something beautiful and then return to distraction. We encounter grace and then drift back into routine. Easter moves on. But by Monday afternoon, we're already back in the noise, back in the impatience, back in worry, back in the same patterns. And the Church almost lovingly interrupts that. The octave is an invitation. Remain in the resurrection, not as an idea, but as a way of living. Wake up each day this week and remember, Christ is still risen, hope is still alive, grace is still being offered. Let that shape the way you speak, the way you respond, the way you carry your burdens. Because when the resurrection becomes real, even ordinary moments begin to change. And slowly, something begins to happen. The stone was not only rolled away from the tomb, it is meant to be rolled away from your heart. What is still buried in you, fear, shame, old wounds, a sin you stopped fighting. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is not just something to admire, it is something to enter into, to allow Him to call you out, just as He called Lazarus, come out. And this journey leads us somewhere very specific. The octave of Easter doesn't fade away. It reaches its fulfillment in Divine Mercy Sunday. This is where the resurrection becomes intensely personal, because it answers a question many people are afraid to ask. After everything I've done, is there still mercy for me? And the answer of the Church, the answer of Christ, is not hesitant, it is not cautious, it is overwhelmingly yes. Through Saint Faustina, Jesus revealed something the world desperately needs to hear. The greater the sin, the greater the right He has to my mercy. Not after you fix yourself, not after you become worthy, now. Because the wounds of Jesus Christ did not disappear in the resurrection, they remained, glorified, visible. Why? Because they are no longer signs of suffering, they are sources of mercy. These wounds are open, not to accuse you, but to receive you. And on Divine Mercy Sunday, the Church throws those doors wide open. Grace is poured out, not carefully, not sparingly, but abundantly. But mercy requires something from us, not perfection, but honesty. To stand before God and say, this is who I am, this is what I've done, and I cannot carry it anymore. And maybe this is where someone listening right now is carrying something heavy, something hidden, something unresolved. This is your moment, because divine mercy is not just a devotion, it is an encounter. It is Jesus Christ looking at you, not as you pretend to be, but as you truly are, and still saying, come back. I've never stopped loving you. So what do? We respond, we return, we trust. Go to confession, even if it's been years, especially if it's been years. Because mercy is not about your past, it's about God's heart. And this is how the octave ends, not with a conclusion, but with an open door. So this is not just something to understand, it is something to choose. Most people will let this week pass unnoticed. They will celebrate Easter and move on unchanged. But you don't have to. You can live differently. You can remain. You can begin again. The church gives you 8 days because your heart needs time to receive what God has done. So don't rush away. Stay. Remain. Let the resurrection reach deep into the parts of your life. This is the journey. Don't just celebrate Easter. Be changed by it. God bless.